All right, something I've been complaining about for like the last 2 years has finally been rectified, so I had to make a very short video on it. I've got more videos coming up this week. Jay, you talk too much about Fortnite. Yeah, well, it's fun, okay? It's a fun game. And look, here's an example of character development. I used to be a major hater of this game. Now I love it, except when I lose. Then I hate it, because I'm a child. But I will say that they brought back Iron Man to Fortnite. This is something people were kind of frustrated about for a very long time. I was too. A lot of these older characters, like in the Battle Pass, things like Wolverine and Iron Man, they were not obtainable anymore in the game. Now, I think they've kind of been testing the idea of bringing back things like that for purchase later on. I have said before, I'm not a huge fan of massive amounts of microtransactions in games. The reason that I do like the way Fortnite handles these things is because it's all cosmetic. It has nothing to do with how the game actually plays, and the game is pretty much entirely free for the online mode, for the actual Battle Royale. So they pretty much are providing all of these updates all the time for free. You don't have to buy anything if you don't want to. You could just play with the default skins, have just as much fun. But I like that they actually brought back Iron Man, put him in the shop. It's a pretty reasonable price, I think. And it's kind of a compromise where they didn't take the one from the Battle Pass people earned and throw it in here. This one is the Mark 45. It's different than the other variation of Iron Man that was in the shop, I believe, in the Battle Pass a few years ago. But it's kind of shaping up that this is one of the better seasons of Fortnite, in my opinion, because they've gone so hard on actually respecting the Marvel lore, putting in all these different characters, putting in all these Easter eggs. I talked about Dr. Doom before, all the Easter eggs at Doom's Castle. And of course, as well, now Dr. Doom has been playable in the game for a little bit too. I know that people complain about balancing and they talk about all those things, and those are fair discussions, but for me, seeing Iron Man back, seeing the ability to get Wolverine, these things are super, super cool, and they actually really add to the game for me, and I think that they've been a fun compromise where you're able to still play as those characters, but they didn't, cheapen the version that people earned. I personally think, and I will say, if you are interested in these characters, you want to use Fortnite code DJAY123. That helps me out a ton. That helps my channel out a ton. Black Cat is in the store as well, aka Best Girl Felicia Hardy. She's here too, so that's actually really cool. But one thing I did want to say about this is I personally am in full support of them actually taking things from the old battle passes, like just straight up items, skins, whatever, and making them either earnable or purchasable again. Because for me, it's a weird thing where it's like, well, what if someone was too young to play the game that season? Like, you look back to just the Avengers, I believe, Infinity War season. That was a handful of years ago. Someone who would have been a little kid now, or then, is now probably a teenager or a preteen or whatever. Is probably playing games. Somebody who maybe was in active military service overseas, who likes video games, who didn't have access to a console every day, or a PC, is now probably in a different situation. There's like so many people that weren't able to play these seasons when things happened, hadn't started playing the game yet, maybe they were too young. There's way too much focus on like, well, you should have played it when it was here, because there's a lot of people who literally were not physically able to, for many reasons. It's not just like everybody turned the game off lazily and was like, I protest this season, and then bitched about it when the thing was gone. There's a lot of people who just didn't get this stuff. So to see this version of Iron Man in the store, I think is really cool. I actually did get it. It's based off Age of Ultron. And of course, as well, it does fit in with this overall season aesthetic. They added in more Iron Man weapons now. So there's like Stark Industry rifles and things like that. I've been having a blast. Now look, am I good at this season? No. Half the time I play this season, I find myself muttering to myself, I hate this season. I think it's annoying. If I'm not getting bashed over the head with Captain America's shield, I'm getting shot in the face by Doom's gauntlets. So yes, I understand that there's some frustrating stuff, but something I like about this is that it has just been so respectful of this Marvel, these characters. It's actually put in entire locations, Easter eggs, skins, earnable stuff in the Battle Pass. Like, it has been very, very fun for me to see these different things and see the touches that they've put in here. Even down to small things like when you're fighting a Doom bot, sometimes they will do the Doom launch kick. I don't know the exact name of the move from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm sorry, MVC fans. Where Doom will shoot down at you using boosters, like jet boosters on his boots. that's a move straight up from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 from Doctor Doom. So seeing that kind of stuff, these old references to other games, to comics, all these different things, and seeing how the storyline has progressed is really cool. And seeing the inclusion of Iron Man is kind of the cream of the crop. Because now, not only can I play out my weird propagandist American fantasies as the Iron Patriot, but I can, consider myself the new Tony Stark as I fly around the map and die with 2 kills. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, you want to leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm really enjoying the season. I'm having a fun time. Use Fortnite code DJAY123 if you want to get this character or any of these characters. It actually helps out our channels quite a bit. I have other channels as well that'll be linked in the description and probably in the pinned comment, things like Degenerate Plays. That's our Let's Play channel where right now we're playing through Assassin's Creed 1 and Stellar Blade. We've also been playing some NHL over there as well, hanging out podcast style, talking. That's a fun time. I'd like to grow that channel this year. We also have Magical Jill, where we've been making a lot of anime videos, things like that. And we have JayRPG, where we've been making videos about RPG games. So lots of fun stuff over there. And if you like the Fortnite code DJAY123, you can also use that for 10% off your first purchase on our store, cosmobunny.shop, where we make keychains, coasters, trays, and more, even handmade jewelry. Now, a lot of these things, they're made from actually repurposed comic books and manga. Well, Jay, why are you guys destroying comic books? So here's the thing. We take comic books that are not able to be sold. Most of them in Minnesota end up in landfills, unfortunately. They don't even end up in the recycling. I've had the painful experience of watching entire ones be dumped in the dumpster. What we do is we take some of that art out of that, we save that paper, we transform it with fair use into something new for your home, and then we make something cool out of it. So check that out, cosmobunny.shop. Appreciate you. Have a fantastic day. And as always, everyone, hope you will stay shui.